Hey guys, welcome back to ladiesinspired.com. If you're visiting for the first time, my name is Lucina, and I'm really excited about all the things that we're going to do with this channel, as I've mentioned before. And as I always say, I'm really excited about today's post. I'm always excited about my post. That's because whenever I get ready to do these posts, a lot of things come out of it, a lot of things go into it, and some amazing things come out of it. So I'm pretty excited. And today's post, as it says there, is on the hacks into common myths about what it takes to be a runner. So I'm going to dive right into this. But first of all, have you ever said to yourself or to another person, oh, I could never run, or I could never run 5 miles, or I could never do that? So every time, without fail, when I tell a person that I've gone for a run, that is pretty much what they say about 95% of the time. So that's really high statistics, but I'm just kind of like guessing. So if you're one of those people, if you want to just go back after this video and watch my post about thoughts and the importance and the power of our thoughts, if we really think that we can't do something, we really won't be able to. But if we believe that we can and we just get started, amazing things will happen. So let's dive right into the myths, and I'll share my hacks with you. And I'm pretty excited to do this because I'm going to share a little bit of my personal story. So myths. Myth number one: I need to be a supersonic, pin thin, super lightweight, really in shape athlete to get started as a runner or to be a runner. And I'm going to tell you today right away, my bust on that is that it's not the truth. And the reason it's not the truth is because I started off running about 7 or so years ago, and I was about 75 pounds heavier than I am today. And so I didn't start off running for miles and miles and miles. I started off running for about 10 to 12 minutes a day. That was probably about all my body could handle at the time, but I was doing it. And so that's what you got to think about, is no matter where you're at physically, if you haven't exercised in a long time, you just got to get out there and start doing it. So with running aside, this can apply to any kind of workout regime, okay? So this doesn't have to be only about running. I'm just going to use running because a lot of people say, I can't run. I'm not going to run because I can't do it. It's hard. And I'll tell you, it is hard. It's hard on your body. It definitely challenges your cardiovascular level at a different level than anything else. But I can guarantee you that if you just get started with about 10 to 12 minutes a day, you will work yourself up to where I'm at today, which I will share with you in just a moment. So don't let the size of your body or your physical sort of where you're at in terms of physical fitness stop you from getting started, okay? Number two, I have to run for miles and miles and miles to be an accomplished runner. I'm going to tell you my bust on that, and that is not true. As I just told you in my previous story, I ran for only about 10 to 12 minutes a day. And today, the eventual outcome today, I am running for I can run for 5 miles, and it's not hard for me. And I can do things now like focus on speed and distance and time and things like that. And before, it was just more about I can only do it for this amount of time. It's about all I could do it for. But today, I'm a much different person, and if I hadn't started it 7 years ago, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I want you to think about that when you're starting or thinking of starting any kind of goal, but especially when it comes to physical fitness, that it literally does take time and work, and you just have to be patient. Okay, so the third one is I need to train all day long to become a runner. Well, this is not the hack or the bust, but I will tell you one thing about this. If you have a goal of running in marathons and competing and things like that, that might be a little bit different story. You still need to start somewhere though. So you need to go back to number one, just get started. Number two, just do a bit at a time and ease into the process, and then eventually get more into that mode of where you're starting to challenge yourself and add more. One of the reasons why people fail at goals and don't actually follow through with them is because they overcommit and they make the goal so big that it's not attainable. And so you have to remember, when you start anything, you just gotta start somewhere. Don't be afraid to do that. And that's the thing. People are afraid of failing because they failed before. It didn't work. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in 2 weeks or whatever the case is. And so you really need to change your thinking on that. So that's why I'm encouraging you to go back and look at my posts, my video posts on our thoughts and how important they are. But more importantly, it's just important that if you have any type of goal, to be realistic about what you can do, what you can afford in time, where you're at physically, mentally, and emotionally. And when things start to get comfortable, when you're working on this goal, all you need to do is just start challenging yourself further. Because if you don't challenge yourself, you're not going to build confidence. You're not going to feel that sense of accomplishment. And when we work on any goal, we want to feel like we're being accomplished. So, and I can tell you all this from personal experience. I certainly did not start off being like a super fast runner. I certainly was not a very thin, fit person, so I wasn't super light. I'm still not super light today, but I'm definitely in much better physical shape than I was 7 years ago. So remember that when you start something, even if it's small, eventually it'll open doors, and more doors will open. They'll get bigger and wider, and eventually you will lead yourself into a place that you never thought that you could be in ever. So, but you must believe that you can get there by small steps. I want to thank you again for taking the time to watch my video. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, share, comment, ask me any question you want. And if you are interested in the royalty-free music that I have displayed on the video, please visit Bensound. I've left their link below in the comments, as well as the link back to my website. Thank you guys again. Love ya, and we'll see you soon. Bye.